Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bobby Waldron, and in this video we're going to be having a inbox review of Dragon's 1/48 scale Ju88P-1, and that's with the 75mm PaK 40 cannon. Real nice Ju88 here, nicely modified with this PaK 40 for doing a nice bit of anti-tank damage. So in this video we're just going to have a quick look at how this box looks before we sort of do research and you know, sort of unbox everything and then get everything out of the bags and all this sort of stuff. So let's have a look how it looks in the box. Well, first off we have this sort of, I think this is, they call it like the Master Series or something, and basically what you get in here is nicely separately bagged our little tiny bit of photo etch. We have some cartographer decals which are quite limiting, shall we say, and then we have our clear parts which do look rather nice in there, nicely separately bagged. Also have nice bits of canopy here, all nicely separately bagged, which is good, feels good quality plastic as well, so it's keeping them nice and safe. We then have some nice individually bagged pieces of plastic here with stabilizers and rudders and all this kind of stuff going on in there. Rather nice packaging. The kit, looking at it, is looks quite good actually, good quality. I'm not seeing much flash going on here. Surface detail looks nice, recessed panel lines look nice, but I mean probably could do with a few more recessed rivets from what I'm seeing. But I do like the packaging. The packaging is very nice. Wing section here, top and bottom, looking rather nice. One sprue per bag. This is the PaK 40 going on here, so this is probably the sprue. That's all the PaK 40 stuff, looking rather nice in there, separately bagged again. Then we have some duplicate sprues here. We've got stuff like landing gear and propellers all in one bag. We've got our engine cowls and everything. Looks like duplicates going on in there as well. Very nicely bagged up there. Last little sprue here, it looks like flaps and a seat to me, but very nice. Then we have our instructions, which look like pretty standard instructions really. It's kind of got that sort of Hasegawa sort of thing going on where it just folds out into one big piece, but they're looking kind of simple. Looks like a nice simple easy build. So I'm going to go off, do some research, find out about the kit, take it apart, really study it, and then show you a really good have a good look inside this kit. Right, so let's start off with the instructions, and from what you can see of the instructions, you know, we do have colour callouts for the Mr. Hobby Aquarius colour range. Starting off, cockpit. Cockpit does look like we've got lots of detail, lots of different pieces coming together to make up what is probably looking like to be a rather nice cockpit. And then it just nicely folds out, hopefully, as you can see here, a bit like a typical Hasegawa going on here, but everything does seem quite nice and simple, self-explanatory. You know, there's not like a major lot going on here. And just looking through, I'm not seeing really any problems with how it's going together. We've got two nice markings going on here. It's only two markings, bit of a shame. It could, you know, would have been nice to have more, but then, you know, we've got to remember that this kit was released in 1993 when it was first newly tooled. 1993. This particular kit was released, I do believe, 2006. This one we're looking at now. But the actual plastic in here was new tooled in 1993, so kind of a bit of an old kit going on here. You do get some nice little extras with this kit. If we just have a look, first off we have these decals. Now these decals, you know, we're not seeing many decals on here, we're not seeing many stencils, but they are printed by cartographers, so we know we got the best decals that you can get. Couple of clear parts here, nothing really to write home about, but they are looking absolutely top notch if you ask me. And then we've got this little tiny bit of photo etch, nothing to write home about, it's just a tiny little bit, maybe just a bit of a gimmick, which is probably why they can call it the Master Series or something like that. But moving along to our first sprue here, we got nice grey plastic. It seems quite strong. You know, nothing out of the ordinary with the plastic. Looking through, let's have a look at a bit of surface detail on the actual fuselage itself. Hopefully what you're seeing here is some actually rather nice, crisp recess panel line detail. It even wraps around rather nicely on the belly side and the top of the fuselage, which is rather nice, because sometimes with castings they kind of lose that detail as it wraps around, but with this it just wraps around all nicely, so that is rather good. However, you know, not got any actually recess rivets going on with the fuselage. There are recess rivets on here, but not too many. Just moving along, you know, we've got some nice landing gear going on here. We also have some nice, here's a bit of cockpit detail. Now cockpit detail does build up into lots of sort of little pieces going on here and there. Hopefully, as you just can see there, getting a bit closer, nice bit of detail going on there. But you know, we do have ejector pin marks. As you can see, this is the bottom of the cockpit, and they are just ejector pin marks all over the place. But you got to remember, 1993, you know, ejector pin marks back then, it was just, you know, you just whack them anywhere. Bit more detail going on here in the cockpit. The detail is nice, and the plastic is looking rather crisp. We've got some dials, I do believe, going on just here as well, coming out rather nice. Seats, ejector pin marks. I know you might be doing a bit of sanding getting them out, which is a problem. But then we also have sink marks. I've noticed there's one here. This is the first one I've noticed. I don't know if we can just catch that on camera. I think you could just see it just there. It just kind of sinks in. There we go, there you go, there's a sink mark just there. You know, bit of filler, sand it back, should be fine, but there you go, got a sink mark. Moving along to the wing section. The top of the wing section is looking rather nicely detailed. Again, not much rivet detail going on here, but looking rather nicely detailed. Got a bit of flash just in the corner there. Overall, the kit is kind of, for a 1993 released kit, it's you know, the flash is actually rather good. Lots of nice rivet detail going on the underside though, so that should look rather nicely detailed there. Looking very nicely crisp. Moving along to some littler pieces going on here. We have two identical pieces. We've got our wheels, two halves going on. Propellers looking rather nice. They're going to need a bit of a sand, bit of flash going on with them. But you know, looking pretty good. Ejector pin mark going on the landing gear, just one in there. We got one inside the wheel well door as well, so I mean, you might want to take care of them. Then we have our PaK 40 cannon going on here, very nice, and hopefully you'll see nice crisp detail going on around there. Nice actually detail going on with this muzzle flash going on. I mean, that is really sort of nicely hollowed out with holes already in there. I mean, that is actually rather impressive. This must have been like an added piece or something, sort of going in the lifetime of this kit, because it has been released about 9 times over the years. But as you can see, looking rather nice on here. Nice another muzzle flash going on there as well. Moving along, we have a nice couple of little pieces going on here. Again, we've got a nice bit more cockpit detail, sorry, a bit too close there. As you can see, nice instrument display panels going on inside there. You can just make out dials, which is rather nice. A few MGs, nice bit of detail actually going on with this. Ejector pin marks, yes, we've still got them in the odd little places here and there. A little bit of a downer to the kit, but you can get around it. We also have some wheel well doors here, some exhausts. They're not hollowed out, you know, so you might want to try and hollow them out yourself. There might be resin out there, I don't know, but you know, we've got two identical sprues going on there. Then we've got horizontal and vertical stabilizers going on here as well. Hopefully, as you can see, nicely detailed. No options to have them the flaps or rudders up or down or anything like that. Got a bit of recessed rivet detail going on by our rudder there as well, and we got some more instrument display panel detail going on there. Not sure what's going on with like the two different instrument display panels, but you know, check out the instructions, but looking rather nice. I've also got a bag here I didn't get out. It's just got some flaps in there with a nice little seat. Moving along, we also have our canopy. Now, canopy does look rather nice. Hopefully, as you can see, I mean, that is looking mega crystal clear. I'm not seeing any flash going on with it. It is just really nice and shiny. You know, it's like top-notch canopy going on there. But, and there is a but we have that horrid, nasty bit of cobwebbing effect going on, and actually you could probably just pick that up on camera. I'll bring you in. There we go. See that little cobweb just right inside there? It's not a crack or a scratch. It's that cobwebbing effect where basically when they inject them into these different pins going on here, 4 different pins, basically when the plastics meet and if they're at different temperatures, bang, there you go, you got yourself a cobweb. And we've got a few of them going on around this actual canopy section. Not too bad, but you know, it's there and it's tough. We've then got some more canopies going on here, 2 identical ones. Why they put 2 in there, I'm not quite sure. Maybe it was a mistake, but again, you know, we do have that cobweb effect. You can just see it in there. And strangely enough, and this is where it's kind of a bit of a downer, is that there's a cobweb effect going on there. And because we've got the luxury of an identical piece, and we look at it in exactly the same place, and there you go, it's in exactly the same place. And all the ones on these two identical pieces here are in exactly the same place, which says to me that it's going to be like that for every single kit out there. So, you know, sadly, that's what you got to deal with. It's not a one-off. There you go. But still, I mean, the canopies do look really nice and crystal clear, and I think you can just about get away with it with quite nicely. So actually, not too bad. So this kit costs, well, it depends where you go. I mean, you can't really kind of get it from, say, Hanance or any of the big places. I have found that you need to kind of go onto eBay, and from what I've seen, you know, you kind of get them from, like, I think it was South Korea or North Korea. Just gonna double check. It was, I'm looking on eBay right now. I mean, it does change, as I say, but from South Korea you could get this kit for £30 and 30 pence, right? So actually rather cheap. That is free postage and packaging. Yes, you might get done by customs, so they'll probably like charge you and put tax on top and all this kind of stuff, so you might be talking maybe £40, but even then, you know, still not a bad price actually for this kit. So in the end, I scored this kit I think a nice reasonable 8. The 8 here at Genesis Models, you know, between 8 and 8.9 is considered to be an above average kit, you know, so it's you know, just creeped in there to be an above average kit, so you shouldn't really have many problems with this kit. It should kind of go together with no major fit issues. The surface detail looks nice, the detail in the cockpit looks nice, so you're going to end up with a nicely detailed kit at the end and shouldn't really be having many problems with anything. You've got a cartographer decals in there, so you're not going to have any problems going on there. Scoring wise in all the different categories, I mean, it didn't really score badly or brilliant in like any of the categories really. It was all quite standard, so really not bad for a 1993 kit release. Was it 93 or 96 again, sorry? It was, yeah, 1993, so just over 20 years old this kit is, and to be honest with you, for an over 20-year-old kit, I think it has really kind of lasted the age of time. So you know, hopefully, you know, this has been a beneficial inbox review for you. I mean, all the Dragon kits that are Ju88 out there, you know, are exactly the same kit in there. So hopefully, you know, you've enjoyed this inbox review. My name's Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.